Why aren't we being more supportive of our own people? Yeah, why? Why are we not being more supportive of our own people? Is it because people are hating? Is it because people don't know how to support? Is it because people don't care? What do you think it is? What's going on, Sharita? How you doing? We're having a conversation. So the question is, why aren't we being more supportive? So you tell me, what do you think? I think that people want to be supportive. A lot of people don't know how to be supportive. You know, he said, I'm concerned about the division that the political scene is. Okay, Carl, so here we go. The division that the political scene is causing is really bad. It's one of those things where it's taking people and it's tearing them apart. It's making people fight. It's making people not like each other. It's making people not come together. And that's a real bad thing. We need unity. We need people to understand that we're better together than we are apart. Black, white, Hispanic, German, Asian, whatever you are, we're better together than we are apart. And people have to understand that. Why people don't understand that, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out too. People have to understand that when we decide to come together, when we decide to work as one, when we decide to come on one accord, we can get so much done. And it's not about classism. It's not about racism. It's not about where you come from. It's about people being people and being supportive of each other and just making things happen. You know what I'm saying? It says in the Bible, what you make happen for another man, God will make happen for you. And that's mankind, right? And it's what you say. We have lost our sense of self, family. Oh, wow. Community. We once knew these things. Yes, Alicia. We have lost our sense of community and things like that. We are better together. So that's the whole thing. Remember back in the day when you could go outside and you could get in trouble and the neighbor would give you a whooping and you didn't want the neighbor to tell your mama or your daddy because you was going to get a double whooping. So that's when you talk about the community and people coming together and being accountable for the young people. We have to be accountable for these young people. We have to make sure that they know that they can't just be out here doing anything. We have to hold them accountable. But as adults, we have to show them that we're together. If they see separation amongst the adults, there's going to be separation amongst the kids. And that's where the problem comes in. So how do we fix that? How do we fix it? How do we stop the separation? How do we bring people together and working on one accord? How do we do it? Okay? So Kenya said on her old block, you got to whoop it. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So Kenya, you're right on head. You're right on the head with that. It was a thing where if you got in trouble on the block, you can get a whooping 3 times before you get home. Because you better not be out there cursing. You better not be out there fighting. You better not be out there disrespecting people. You better be on your P's and Q's. But what's happened is we've gotten away from all of that because we got DCFS, child protective custody, and all this stuff. And the police, they're going to come and just arrest you. Oh, man. But I'm telling you right now, hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Jen, how you doing out there? But it's one of those things where we have to understand that when we come together and we work together and we're on one accord, that we can get more done. We can get more accomplished together than we can apart. And that's the problem. People aren't recognizing that and people aren't doing that. So how do we change it? How do we change it? How do we get people to open their eyes? How do we get our fellow parents and educators and politicians, how do we get them to come together on one accord so we can make this happen? You know, and that's what we have to look. Social media. What do you guys think about social media? I think social media is ruining our children. Is ruining the younger generation. Social media is ruining our younger generation. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Amy, how you guys doing? So, what do you think about social media? Do you think social media is helping the cause, or do you think social media is hurting the cause? Personally, I think it's hurting the cause, because nowadays these kids, they're trying so hard to keep up with the Joneses, and they're trying so hard to fit in that if they don't feel like they fit in, they'll hurt themselves, they'll hurt somebody else, they retract and they become introverts, and that's not good. Excel, what's up, brother? So what do you guys think we can do about this? Give me some suggestions, or let's talk about it. But we have to change the tide. We have to understand when it comes to politics that we got to learn how to stick together. The problem is we're not sticking together, and we're not making the difference that we should make. But we want to point the finger at Donald Trump and everybody else when we really shouldn't be pointing the finger at them. We should be pointing the finger at ourselves, because we have the ability to make a difference. We have the ability to decide who goes in office. We have the ability to affect change. So what are you doing to affect change? Let it out. Talk about it. And the problem is we don't talk. And we have to understand, and this is, we got black, white, everybody on here. But as black people, we have to understand that we have to learn how to work together. We have to learn how to uplift each other. And we have to learn how to stay focused. If parents stop letting the internet raise their children and sit and talk to them, like our parents did. That's right. Yes, the internet is raising a lot of these kids. The kids, they watch the internet and they stay on it. And I'm talking about, I've had to get on my kids about just being on the internet all day, on social media, flicking on social media. And sometimes you got to get off of that, and you got to get in tune with the world and what's going on. And how do we do that? We do that by reading. A lot of people aren't reading. We're not reading. I was reading some stuff this week, and it just opened my eyes. We have to read in order to gain knowledge. And when we gain knowledge, that's when we know what's going on, and we can do things better. But we have to open a book. We have to read. So, what do you think? What do you think? Carl said all these electronic devices are frying our minds. Yes. So what do we do? How do we get away from the electronic robots? Is what I call them. How do we get away from the electronic robots? And how do we get more in tune with people and the world and what's going on? How do we do that? How do we do that? We have to learn how to get away from that stuff. But the problem is we're so stuck. Social media has us stuck. How do we get out of that mindset and out of that mind frame and come to the conclusion that we need better, and we need to communicate more with people and not with a computer? Kenny Johnson, what's going on, brother? How you feeling? Kenny, what's going on? So I'm just curious. I just tuned in. Yet parenting is key. Kids need to know that they don't really have 1,000 friends. Many posts are. Yep. Yes, Amy. Yes. People, these kids today are basing their life off likes on Instagram, social media, Facebook. They're doing this and they're hurting themselves, because they think if they don't have so many likes, they think if they don't have so many views, they think if they don't have so many people tuning into their channel, that they're not popular or they're not worthy. And what we have to do is we have to stop that. Mutar, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. But how do we change the tide? How do we change this and shift the thinking to let them know that it's about more than social media? How do we do that? And this is why I'm talking to you guys. Jeff Marston, come on, I know you got something good to say, Jeff. I know you do. Kenny Johnson said, I'm great, brother. Tuning in to a real brother with a real. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kenny. Kenny Johnson has always supported me. He supported the Simeon Henderson show. He's supported my acting career, my books, all of that stuff. And I appreciate you guys. So here we go. So we have to emphasize education, going to church, and being respectful of others. Planning for. Okay, so here we go. So when you talk about respect, I think that's one of the things that's really, really missing in the world today. Respect. A lot of these kids and young people and even adults, they don't respect each other. They don't respect themselves. They don't respect each other. Thank you, Kenny. They just have to understand. They have to understand who they are and whose they are. And when they do that, that's when things will get better. But the problem is, somebody says stop fronting and flossing. Yes. 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 So you have, and that's the thing with me. You know, I do movies and things like that. But I stay true to who I am. I stay real. I love people. I treat people right. And I'm always accountable, right? So we have to start making people accountable, right? We have to start having family time. We have to bring your children around people. And you have to stop letting your kids just be antisocial. They have to learn how to get along in this world. You cannot get along in this world if you don't talk to people. The problem is we have these kids, they don't talk to nobody. They get by themselves, and you don't know what they're planning, what they're thinking in their mind, what they're going through, because you're not having conversations with them. We have to start having conversations with our young people. And when we start to have conversations with our young people, we can start understanding how they're thinking, what they're doing, what they're going through, how we can help them to get to the next level, and how we can help them accomplish their goals and their dreams and their aspirations. But if we don't talk to them, if we don't listen to them, and if we don't get them to communicate, we'll never know. And we can't just, so many times people just say, oh, leave him alone, leave her alone, let them be. And that's not the answer. The answer is not leave them alone. The answer is not let them be. The answer is find out what's going on with them, talk to them, and get to understanding them. You have to do that. All my parents, are you with me? All my godparents, all my aunts and my uncles, all my grandparents, are you with me? We have to start coming together to teach our children how to be successful in life. And we have to let them understand that being successful is communication, right? So let me see let me see. What did she say? So let's see what Kenya said. Kenya said we had to damn near sit outside, even grown folks would. Yep. Nope. Get all up in their business. That's right. The answer is involvement. Yes, I love you guys. You guys, man, Jeff, Amy, Kenya, Catherine, Gory, Scott, Kenny, all you guys, Shara. Yes, we have to stop letting them do whatever they want to do. No, your kid, as long as your kid is under your roof, you should know what's going on. How is your kid going to tell you you can't look at their phone? How is your kid going to tell you that you don't need to worry about where they're going and what they're doing? What type of parenting are you doing? Who's raising who? And we have to be involved in our children's lives. We have to know what they're doing. We have to know where they're at. We have to be accountable for our children, because they'll just be out here doing anything they want to do because no one is holding them accountable and no one is paying attention. So we have to pay attention to our children. We have to pay attention to our children. And when we pay attention to our children, we know what's going on. We know what they're doing. Okay? What'd you say? The answer is involvement. Like I said, I ain't never scared of nothing. I got to feed. That's right. You're feeding your kids, so you should be all over that. The answer is being a parent makes them every day at school, find out how. Yep. The phone. Yep. You have to be involved in your kid's life. I have 3 teenagers. 2 16-year-olds and 1 14-year-old. And I'm always asking them questions. I'm always being involved. And I'm always trying to figure out what it is to do. Mel Robeson, my brother, he's a parent of a teenager and a grown kid and a grown young adult. And what we have to do is we have to be involved and we have to know what's happening. So therefore, the kids understand that my parent is going to hold me accountable for my actions. My parent is going to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. My parent is going to be on my case if I'm not doing the right thing. And that's when you'll see a difference with your children, is when they know that you're going to be involved. They know that you're not going to just let them do anything. They know that you're going to be there. If you want to be a leader to your kids, they might follow the wrong. That's right. If you won't be a leader. That's right. If you don't lead your kids, thank you, Jeff. If you don't lead your kids, trust me, they're going to follow somebody. They're going to follow somebody. They're going to do something. And what they do is totally up to you. So this conversation was, let's get it out. And when you talk about being a parent, when you talk about being a friend, when you talk about being a good family member, a supportive person, what you have to do is you have to understand communication is key. There has to be involvement, and you have to understand and know what's going on, and you have to ask questions, and you have to keep the conversation going. Okay? The only way that we can change the narrative, the only way that we can change the bad things that's going on in the world, whether it's with politics, religion, socialism, social media, economically, or whatever it is, the only way we can change these things, the only way we can make these things better, the only way we can show exactly what's supposed to be going on is to get involved. Not only get involved, but to communicate. And when we do these things, that's when things will get better. That's when we'll see more success and have more success. And that's when our children and everything attached to us will start to prosper and grow and be successful. Okay. So I just want to talk to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Next week, the Simeon Henderson Show will be back. We had All-Star Weekend this past week. It was a lot going on. So I just appreciate you guys. I thank you guys. And share this with somebody, because somebody needs to hear some of this conversation. But I thank you guys, everybody that tuned in. Thank you guys for always supporting me. Thank you guys for always being diligent and being on point. I thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And remember, be symbolic, simply your best, because being deeply rooted stimulates growth. I'm going to have this whole conversation, I'm going to put it up on, YouTube as well. Be safe. You be safe too. Luke Gant, what's going on, brother? We went to college together. So I appreciate you guys. One love. And remember, sometimes you just have to get it out. Let it out. All right? Really real. Take care.